Good evening and welcome to this episode number 203 of Facebook Live. My name's Rob Yates and I'm running behind, so I'm just getting the tripod set up this evening. I hope you're well, I hope you had an amazing day, I hope you had a super productive day, and can you just leave your comments below to say get well soon to Mark. He's got the lurgy and hiding in bed. So he's not soft, he's not ducking out of doing these, he's just poorly. So please leave a comment below, say get well soon Mark. He needs to get well soon because I could do with him doing some work for a change. So this evening's suggestion for what to talk about is thanks to a client of mine, somebody who I was speaking with for an hour or so this morning at about, I don't know, I think it was 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. my time here. And his name is Matt Nelson. He lives in the San Juan Islands in Washington State, right up by the Canadian border in the, I suppose, Pacific Ocean in the USA. And we were talking about his business ideas, things that he's got in his mind, and what he's going to be doing in his future. And watch this space. I think there's going to be a really cool sailing business starting up in the San Juan Isles and in Washington State, hopefully launching spring 2018. So that's very exciting. It'd be fair to say that Matt's a really talented guy. In fact, as I said to him in one of the sessions the other week, he could do anything. He could be marvelous at almost anything. He's just one of those exceptionally talented people who's an amazing people person as well. He's very intelligent, loving, caring, clever, just a general all-round awesome person. And of course that's an amazing problem to have, but it does become a problem because out of all of that curiosity and creativity that comes out in your head, you have ideas the entire time. I know that myself as a business person, an entrepreneur, I drive around and travel and I have ideas the entire time. What if I could solve this problem for people? What if I could grow or develop the business like this? Or, oh look, there's an opportunity. What if I could sell, I don't know, ice creams at traffic lights? The list goes on and on and on of these crazy ideas. In fact, I had an idea once called therealexpedition.com, where we go and run real expeditions, and the aim was we were going to drive in Toyota Hiluxes from the UK to the Himalayas. And we got to the Himalayas, we were going to go mountaineering, trekking, kayaking, rafting, and then we were going to ride motorbikes back and do it in sort of an expedition style, and people could opt to come and join us for 2 weeks of the expeditions. They'd fly in, jump on board, and away we go, and they'd get their expedition experience where it is a true adventure, like things don't work, it's not manicured, so on and so forth, without having to do any of the months and months and months of planning, preparation, etc., that was going to happen. And so you have these ideas the entire time, and of course the biggest fear is that we lose the ideas. And so then what most people do is they get worried about losing the ideas, so they try and multitask and they try and execute all their ideas at once, or they can't make a decision on which idea it is they should execute on, so they just procrastinate, spin in circles, and never actually execute on any of them. And so over the years, I've come up with this strategy that I call the brown envelope strategy. And it's a guaranteed way, if you follow it, of never ever losing an idea, always being able to grow an idea, and always having a bank of ideas that when you do have capacity, you can do something with them. Now, these ideas can be about anything. They can be about fitness, relationships, the whole of life, business, holidays, whatever it is, careers, whatever it is that you like, any categories. And so here's the strategy. And it's really simple, and you can do it straight away. There's a temptation to go and take this strategy and try and put it into a IT package, into into separate documents, into Evernote, into something like that. And every time I've tried doing that for myself or with clients, it's failed catastrophically. It has not worked. And so there's something about the practicality of what I'm going to share with you that makes it really, really powerful and really, really work in a really sort of old school, rustic way. So here's the strategy. You ready? Every time you have an idea for something, you go and take a brown envelope out and you write, in this case a white envelope, you write on the front the name of the idea. That's idea backwards. Bizarre. You're going to write the word idea. Or maybe not the word idea. Maybe you go and write therealexpedition.com or hiking in Bhutan, because that's something I like to do as a holiday one day, or whatever it might be. Any and every idea. And every idea has a separate brown envelope, or white envelope in this case, and a separate envelope. And then whenever you have a thought or an idea, or you read something, you find something, you do whatever it might be, you quite literally write it on a scrap piece of paper, tear it out of a newspaper, whatever it is you need to do, and you take it and you go and put it into your envelope and leave it. So you've got it, it's saved, and you put the envelope in a box with all the other envelopes. And then once a week, dedicate an hour or 2 hours to picking one brown envelope out of your box and developing that brown envelope. Maybe sometimes it's pulling together all of the ideas about the idea, about the thing, consolidating them all together. Maybe it's about executing part of it. Maybe it's about writing a goal about it. It doesn't matter what it is. You literally build that idea for 2 hours that week. How do you choose the envelope to pull out of the box? You literally choose the one that makes you feel the most positive. That's it. If it starts to make too much sense, it always seems to fail. So you just find the one that makes you feel the most positive, the one that excites you, and I mean really excites you deep inside. Not anybody else, who cares about everybody else, one excites you inside, deep to your core. Pull it out, work on it for a couple of hours, put it back in the box, and next time you get to that diaried hour or 2 hour slot, you just go and do the same thing again. You press repeat. Now, sometimes you might keep pulling for several weeks the same brown envelope out of the box, out of the box, out of the box. And hey, at the end of those few weeks, it might materialize into something that's executed, happening, and useful for you. And it's going to be amazing. Other times you build it out, you build it out, you build it out, and you realize that it's just not the right time now, or it's never going to achieve really what you wanted it to, or maybe something else shiny comes along that you decide to concentrate on. Maybe you get presented another opportunity. Or quite often what I find is that I get given the opportunity by somebody else to do something, and I've already got an envelope around what that is. And so I can shortcut my opportunity time and execute faster because I've already done all of the research, all of the background work, already got all excited about it. And so by doing this, we never, ever lose the ideas, or the ideas about the ideas. It doesn't need to be smart, doesn't need to be tidy, it just needs to be rustic, it needs to work, and we need to work with how we feel about being excited about things. And that's it. A pragmatic structure that I've used with everybody from executives through to hundreds of small business owners, amazingly successfully, and one that I use myself. So why don't you start using that now? Why don't you start collecting your ideas in brown envelopes? And what I'd really love to know is what's the biggest, shiniest, most passionate idea that you've got that you'd like to execute at this point in time. I'd love to know that. So please could you put that in the comment section below and let me know. Something that's making your heart sing. The idea of achieving it would be beyond your wildest dreams. Let me know in the box below. So that's it. I'm going to say good night now and sign off. Have an amazing time further, and whatever the rest of the day brings to you, please just be amazing. Good night.